eating snacks.
That sounds good to me. StellarCon, how are we doing? You guys been on point all day. Let's do it one more time though. StellarCon, how we doing? I love it. I love it. Before we get things kicked off, I'm gonna do a little bit of a litmus test. I kind of want to see where we're at right now. Any fans of Power Rangers here right now? Yeah. How about fans of the Yellow Ranger? I think this panel's perfect then. I think this is perfect. Not going to beat around the bush no more. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to introduce to you currently Karan Ashley.
Hello. How are we? Oh, I'm so happy to be here. It's such a beautiful place. Lancaster, Pennsylvania is so beautiful. I can't get over it.
I feel you on that. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm exhausted. But I feel great. I'm luckily the energy here has kept me going today, so I love it.
I dig it. Let's start. It's now been 30 years.
30 years. Insane, right?
I'm not old.
How is that? We're 30. How are we 30 and the show is 30? The math ain't mathin'.
It is insane. Did you ever in your wildest dreams think that you would still be on a stage like this talking about Power Rangers in general?
No, absolutely not. We knew at the time. They would say it every day. The show's #1 in the world. It's #1. It's #1. And we're like, yay! But there are a lot of #1 shows, right? They come, they go, and I thought, Power Rangers would do the same thing. And I remember it was probably 18 years ago. Steve and Jason Frank called me and were like, you gotta come to the Comic-Con. You gotta come. And I'm like, what? And it was a show in I think it was somewhere in Chicago or somewhere. And they were like, you have to come. Fans want to meet you. They love Power Rangers. And I'm like, they remember who we are? And they were like, oh my God, Karen, you're being crazy. Come. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. So I went to the show and literally there was a 6-hour wait. And that was my first Comic-Con. And I was like, what the heck is this? It was the first time I saw a cosplayer, it was my intro into, this world, and I've never left.
How long now have you been doing conventions for?
18 years. 18 going on 19 years. It's insane. And back then we would do 1 or 2 shows a year, it was maybe 5 tops. And then at one point they reintroduced, they put out the DVD set. Mm-hmm. And when they put out the DVD set, it was our request went from having 5 shows a year to 15. And we were like, oh, okay, well, we can do this. And we were all juggling our real life and doing it. And now, we do 30 shows a year. It's insane.
It's insane. I think of me growing up, Power Rangers was my era. So now it's hey, I'm working a full-time job.
Yeah.
I have money to spend. Where should I go spend my money at?
Yeah.
And it's oh wait, there's a con that has all the Rangers that are coming there at one time? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that now for it.
Well, we have fun. That's one thing I will say, some of the cons that, have a lot of us, we have, it's a personal, it's almost like we're family. It doesn't feel like a con, it feels like a family reunion. And we do it for a reason, because we want people to, because I always say, our fans have been with us 32 years, yes. And it's because of you guys, and the show is still popular, and it's still going, and we get new toys every single year, all kinds of crazy stuff. I got a new really cool Funko Pop this year. It's insane, but it's because of you guys. So the least we can do is be as nice and as accommodating and as, you guys are everything for us,
Oh, we appreciate it. Let's give a round of applause, because it's from going from the show to the movie, what was it like finding out that the TV series was going to end up being adapted into a movie? I can only imagine from going from doing a few years of the show on TV to say, hey guys, we're doing a movie.
I found out the day I got the job. When they signed us, when me, Johnny, and Steve got the TV show, they said, and in 6 weeks, we're sending you to Australia because you're shooting a movie with 20th Century Fox. So the day we got the job, we found out about everything. And we were like, I thought it was the golden ticket. Like, literally, it was everything I had been working for, everything I had dreamed of. I'd always wanted to be a series regular on a TV show. I'd always wanted to do a movie. And not only was I doing a movie, I was doing a movie in my dream place, which was Australia. Like, I was like, that was the one place as a kid, I was like, I want to go to Australia when I grow up. And here I was. It was only 2 months out of high school, and I was going to Australia, getting a passport.
I love it. What was that transition like, going from doing the TV series to doing the movies? Like, of course, I know in acting, there's some similarity in things, but at the same time, there are some major leaps and differences between the two. What was that experience like?
It was completely different, because the TV show, we would shoot really fast. Like, it was almost similar to, like, they always talk about, like, if you were on a soap opera, you shoot, like, we would have a page of, like, probably like 20 pages of dialogue. And let's say we shot four to five episodes at the same time. So, like, if we're doing the command center, we would do all the scenes from the command center. So we changed 4 or 5 times in that day just to do all the scenes. And so we would move really, really fast. And we were always working, and the stunt team was working, and we were all just racing to the finish line. Cut to going to the movie, we'd spent a month on one scene, and we were like, what is this? Like, it was the hardest thing for us to get used to, because we were used to, like, let's shoot, let's go. But they literally would be like, okay, first we get to the set, and they're like, you have stand-ins. And we're like, stand-ins? We don't need stand-ins. But we thought that was so cool. Like, we were like, we've made it. We got a stand-in. Then they said, okay, let's do a rehearsal. So we did a rehearsal. We were good at that. We knew how to rehearse and deliver. And they were like, that's great. Okay, go to your trailer, and we're gonna, finish lighting the scene, and we'll call you back in like an hour. And we're like, okay. 4 hours later, they would call us back, and the stand-ins would work for 4 hours. They'd stand there and they'd light the scene, and it would be so meticulous and so, like, but then you look at the movie, and the movie's so beautiful, and it still looks so great. And so I get it, but it's like such a long process. Like, it's like, oh my God. But yeah, so it was definitely different.
So one of the biggest changes, the suits. Yes. So we go from the typical spandex suits to the redone over movie style suits. How was that difference?
The Batman suits. It was kind of
the Batman suit.
We felt like the company that did the Batman suit at that time did our suits.
Got it.
No, we thought it was so cool. Like, I mean, the spandex is so nostalgic, and you see that spandex suit, I don't care if you watch Power Rangers, you didn't watch. Everybody knows what that suit is. This suit was like, we stood there and they drew every muscle perfectly for our body, and it was custom made to fit you, and it was insane. And I really felt like, wow, I felt like Batman. Like, it was like, this is crazy. That suit was terrible to wear, though.
I could imagine.
Yeah, it was like vinyl, so the material did not breathe. You were sweating profusely under that suit, and it was about 25 to 30 pounds, depending on how tall you were. So it was heavy. The only silver lining was it was so heavy and so, like, awful to wear that every time we would wear it that night, they'd have, like, a massage therapist waiting for us. Because we were like, our necks are, but it was like, at that time, it was like a third of our weight. So it was a lot.
How long, like, at any given time, how long did you wear it, like, during one recording session?
Well, there would be days we'd shoot, and it would be like we have it on the whole day, but they realized really quickly that vinyl wasn't good for us to have on. Alpha, the young actress who played Alpha 5 in the movie, she did, like, her first couple days of shooting, and she ended up having to go to the hospital because her body wasn't sweating properly and wasn't breathing properly, and so she had this, like, almost like an allergic reaction. reaction to the suit. So then they were like, okay, they can only wear them at 15 minutes per time 15 to 20 minutes. And they hired someone, they hired a whole team of people. So when we were in between takes, we'd take it off like halfway, and they would hold it, and they'd stand in front of us and hold the suit so that when they'd say, okay, let's get them back up, they put it on it really quick and we can go fast. So, I mean, we'd wear them for a couple, we shot that command center for days. But it was one of those things where, it was like in 20-minute intervals, which is pretty normal. They would call cut, and then they'd have to readjust, and, So, but yeah, terrible. We all came back. It was funny. We all came back from Australia, and the wardrobe department was like, oh, my God, you're in the best shape ever, because it was like we were carrying weights and sweating the whole time. It was the peak of summer in Australia.
What would you say, in playing Aisha, what would you say has been the most rewarding thing that you've gotten? So whether it be from the show, the movie, things now, what would you say has been the most rewarding piece?
Getting all of you. You guys are, we always say, because it's funny, because we all left the show. You guys know the stories. We all had a terrible love-hate relationship with the creators of the show. They were awful. So eventually we all left for one reason or another, right? But we got you guys in the divorce. The fans are everything. It was so funny because when I left the show, I was mad. I was angry. I was like, oh, I hated them. I didn't hate my experience, but I hated how they treated us. And so I left and was kind of like, oh, I don't want to think about it. And so for years, I didn't think about it. I just kind of did my thing. And it really wasn't until Steve and Jason Frank called me for that con that I kind of stepped back into this world, right? But it had been 10 years, right? And I kind of was just living my life and doing my own thing. But when I stepped back into it, it's like now I experience it through your eyes. And it's almost like, you never get the chance to stop and smell the roses. Well, now I get to see it all and I get to smell the roses, but I get to see your version of it. And it's so much sweeter. It's so cool. Yeah, seriously.
Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back.
Yes, now you can't get rid of me.
And, because of that, you've come back. We've gotten to see you in the most recent iteration, Once and Always. Small cameos, but those small things mean a lot. And let's say you had creative control and you could continue the story of Aisha. What was something you would want to be able to explore going forward from this point now?
Well, they gave us a good nugget in Once and Always, Space Patrol Alpha. Just hinting that Aisha and Adam were part of the original Space Patrol team. I would love to know what that's all about. I would love to know. And we pitched it to them. Me and Johnny were thinking of all these. We were okay, think Guardians of the Galaxy meets Power Rangers, and you have a mixed team of former Power Rangers from all these different seasons, but we make up the Space Patrol Alpha team. It's not just Mighty Morphin, it could be Time Force, it can be Space, it can be this. And we kind of lead to, our storyline leads into Space Patrol Delta. Yeah. And they were like, that sounds cool.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds great. So I was like, who knows? That would be probably what I would lean into, just because I thought that was a really cool idea. And I thought people were really into it, even though it was just a small bit of us. They were like, what is that about? Oh my God. So.
I agree. I like they started exploring some of those type of things in the comics. So I love the more free reign we can have within the comics to do these type of crossovers. Unlike, I'm sure people are familiar with Super Sentai, of course, there's a lot of those crossovers between series, Rangers of different eras that come together. And, seeing that, we got to see pieces of it on screen for us. It's a difference of seeing 5 and 6 people from over the decades and decades of Rangers, from having here's a whole entire squad of it
right.
to just do on it. So I think the comics have given us something to hope for one day. Maybe we can get that to see live on screen.
I literally feel like the people who write the comics should be writing the TV series. So if it were up to me, if they even had one, if I had any power in the Power Ranger universe, I would tell them, like, do it because it's so, like, the stories are so good in the comics. They're edgier, they're for older. So a small kid could watch it, and also an adult. Like, it's one of those things where, I mean, kids are watching Marvel movies, so Power Rangers can grow up a little bit, you know? It doesn't have to be so rated G with extra cheese, right?
I like it. Yeah, there's always room for different type of things. I mean, like you said, Marvel and DC do it very well. They can give you these ones you take the whole family to, but then there's the ones that's like, you know, mom and dad are probably only going to be able to go see this, but we will sit and watch this one day on there for it. Yeah, I dig that. While in between, we got some questions out there for it.
Yes, we do.
Matter of fact, Gage is the man with the mic. Let's go ahead and get some questions out there.
Oh, thanks. Hey, Karen. Great to see you again. Before I ask my question, I want to say I am 100% supportive of your idea of Space Patrol Alpha. That is more phenomenal to the max.
Right?
All right. So my question for you is, what's your take on the whole, on the idea that Hasbro has in mind for reviving the Power Rangers by filming it in the UK?
You know what? I'm all for it. I've always been for new seasons, new movies. I just want it to keep going because the fans, you guys still love it. So as long as you love it, I want you to get new versions of it. And I'm interested to see what they do. You know, the 2017 movie. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Like it was like almost 50-50. But I feel like it was a good resurgence of. It was a good resurgence for the fandom, right? We need new blood and new stuff. So I don't know. I hope they do it. I hope they give you guys what you want. I hope you get some nostalgia. I hope we have some cameos in there. Like, I mean, I don't know. I want it all.
Awesome. We got next.
I hate myself in the voice. But what was your favorite scene on like the Power Rangers?
My favorite scene? If I'm talking movie, my favorite scene in the movie was the construction fight where we fought. Only because I wasn't a martial artist, I was a dancer. So that was the first fight I really got to like work with the stunt team and I really got to rehearse and I felt so comfortable. Like, I wasn't rushed, TV show, I was always like rushed. We
Just
were
going
like,
through it.
Yeah, they give you 20 minutes and they're like, come on, we're shooting it. And you're like, ah! And I always felt like I was jumping off the deep end of the pool. And then if it's the TV show, I don't know. There were so many good scenes. I saw this scene recently where I was like the safety captain, and I was talking to, like I was at class, and I was like, you can't like plug in your blow dryer and you can't plug in your curling iron at the same time, and blah blah blah. And I'm like going on, and Kimberly's the only one who gets it. She's like, and I thought that was so funny because the guys are like, what is she talking about? But it was totally like a girl thing, and Kimberly's like, So yeah, I think that's funny. I saw that recently and I laughed.
What is your favorite part of the Turbo's Power Ranger movie?
I've never seen it. I've never seen a Turbo movie. Yeah, I know. I've never seen all of Mighty Morphin either. Like I've never seen the entire season. So that's literally been my homework for years. That I need to watch like at least my whole season, and I need to watch like at least 2 or 3 episodes from every season and all the movies. I need to do that one day.
Good job. You gave her homework.
Yeah, I got homework. Thank you.
I was curious, between the transition from Mighty Morphin Season 3 to between the Alien Rangers to Zeo.
Yeah.
So they show Aisha going back into time, and she stays there. I was curious, like, were you ever like told of like any of her adventures back then, or Is that something you can divulge in?
No, that was actually not even supposed to be the case. Like when I had decided at that point to leave the show, and I'd asked, can I leave the show? And so they told me they were going to do a 10-episode arc. Like they're going to do 10 episodes, and Aisha was going to, it was going to be this whole buildup of why she was leaving, and it was bigger than the Power Rangers and all this, that, and whatever. Then the next time I was on set, that was my last day. And so I felt like they always just kind of like they would always say it was sad. The writers would always be like, it's just for kids, who cares? And so they were mad at me essentially, and so they were like, who cares? And I always thought that was kind of wrong. Like I felt like you can tell anybody they were mad at. Like when David left the show, it was quick. When I left the show, it was quick. When Rocky left, it was quick. It was just like, come on, these people love these characters, and we brought these characters to life, and I wish they would have given her more of an arc. Now we've had different people like Chris. I don't know if you know of Chris Cantata Force. He has a YouTube channel. He did a whole thing. He and I did this whole thing 5 years ago, where it was like Aisha went back to Africa and she went back to help animals, and she went into the whole animal thing. But he hints that Aisha went to Wakanda, and she was doing bigger and better things over there.
Ooh, Marvel.
And I thought that was so cool of him. So you should find it. It looks really cool. But he gave it more of a story than the TV show did. Right. Thank you. You're welcome.
Hey, Karen. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
So, for a personal question, along with your family and friends, if you were to go back in time, probably around your high school or so age, what would you be able to tell yourself, personal self, or so even family members, what would you tell them, basically? That, you changed the world and everything, get so many fans. What would you tell them?
Oh, man, I wouldn't have believed it. It's so funny because Power Rangers happened so fast. I had graduated high school, and at that moment I said, I'm going to go into acting. I'm really going to give it my all. And so I really started focusing on acting and going on auditions and really doing that. And a friend of mine told me about this open casting call. She was like, there was an ad in the newspaper. You got to go. It's for Power Rangers. And I had no idea what the show was. I'd never seen it. I was graduating high school. I was literally trying to get into college. I was so focused on that. And my life changed in 4 days. I went to this audition. They called me 4 days later and said, can you fly to LA? We want you to meet the producers. We're going to audition for them. I went, and by that afternoon, I had the job. And they literally were like, tell your parents to FedEx your clothes. You're not going home. And I'm like, I think the only thing I would have done differently is I would have, because it was so fast, and so I wasn't prepared to leave my family. I wasn't prepared to, the homesickness that I had was so, and my mom, my sister, all of them at that time offered. They were like, we'll move to LA. We'll come be with you so you won't be alone. And I was like, no, this is, it was almost like I was in that, rebellious stage where I was like, this is my place. I'm a grown adult now. I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I would have said, come, please come, be with me. Because it wouldn't have been so hard. That first year was very hard for me, emotionally, So I would have said, come be with me, and then they could have been around it all, They could have seen it all.
On that point. Dig it. Gotcha.
Instead of just on TV.
Any other questions we got looming out there right now? Actually, yep, got one right over there.
You're getting your workout today. He's going to get his steps.
I got to make him work sometimes.
Hi. Do you have a favorite suit from any series?
Yeah. Well, the movie suit was my favorite, but it was my least favorite to wear. It was very uncomfortable, like I said, but it just looked so freaking cool. And it was just my helmet had the headlight. I mean, it's we all got something different. It looked like armor. It was just so cool. So I always say that's my favorite suit. The most comfortable was the ninja suit.
That was pretty clean. I think we're asking for the question. So, a couple things before we get out. I know you have a couple things that you're doing currently.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you are currently doing?
Well, I'm working on a lot of stuff. A couple of things I can't really talk about anything right now.
Ooh.
They haven't given me permission,
I like those.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I'm working on. I'm doing a lot of voiceover stuff. I'm working on Yeah, there's just a bunch. You'll hear I made a promise to myself that 2026 was going to be a year of big moves. I'm going to make big moves. And I used to own a Comic-Con myself, and one of the reasons we sold the show was because I wanted to make more time in my own life so that I can make big moves for my own career. So that's the goal. 2026, big moves.
2026.
Pray for me, people. Pray for me.
Keep those eyes out. Maybe we got one more. I think we got enough time for like a split. Just a stay.
It's Morphin time. Saber-tooth tiger grip and thunderzord power.
You got it. There you go.
You did it. You did it.
So before we wrap things up,
Yes.
there's been a trend today that I've been seeing with birthdays.
I know.
And if I'm not crazy,
You're not crazy.
somebody else has a birthday that is tomorrow as well, too.
I
if
have
I'm
a
not
birthday
mistaken.
tomorrow. Oh my God. I know. We're birthday twins. It's crazy.
I'm not sure what happened today. This has turned into
It's just birthday
a birthday
season.
con. It is
I
that
know.
time. Like-
and you know what? I never meet people who have my birthday. Never, ever. And she came up to my table first. It was like, my birthday's this weekend. I'm like, when? She's like, tomorrow. I'm like, it's my birthday tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Crazy. You're welcome.
Well, just
I
so
know.
you know,
God is good, right?
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Another trip around the sun.
Another trip around the sun.
Got the plans for 2026 in play.
I got it. Big moves, big things. Yes.
Now, for those that maybe by all means are not connected via social media, how would they be able to keep track of those things?
On Instagram. Instagram's the best place. At Karan Ashley. That's probably the most active I'm anywhere. My Facebook page got stolen
That's been a bad trend too.
Yes, literally, I had 200,000, and it just got somebody stole the page, and so we just shut it down. And so Instagram is where it's at. I'm on Threads, I'm on Snapchat, I'm all those other things, but Instagram is the one that I post mostly. And literally everywhere I'm going to be, every show I'm going to do, if I'm doing it with other Rangers, you'll see it there. So,
I love it. Y'all give it up one more time for Karan Ashley.
Yay! Thank you for having me, guys. That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
If somehow you haven't, she is down at the very far end down here. So make sure if you haven't made that journey, I highly implore you to go ahead and make it down there. She's got some cool stuff on the table too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously we got a whole store of stuff, but even if you want to just come say hi, I would love to meet all of you. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me, Kevin. Thank you. Yay!
I don't know about that guy Kevin sometimes. I don't know.
It's all his fault that I'm here.
I love it.
Kevin.
One more time, y'all. Give it up for Karan Ashley.
Thank you. It's Morphin time.
What's good, Loading Snacks universe? Did you think that was too sweet? Well, do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching us on. And also, jump on over to patreon.com/Loading Snacks, where you can support us in everything we do and pick the tier of your choice. Much appreciated.